It didn't fall into the desert, and it didn't fly across the sky. It came straight down into the heart of the Amazon rainforest, where a flash of light lit up the trees and then vanished without a trace. What happened next left everyone stunned, because right now, you're about to witness some of the most authentic, clearest, and most unbelievable UFO moments ever captured on this planet. Deep inside the dense, humid Amazon rainforest, a man accidentally captured footage that shook the entire internet. While walking along a narrow trail covered in decaying leaves, he suddenly stopped. Right in front of him, a dark, metallic orb was hovering in midair. It was perfectly round, like a sphere of metal slowly drifting between the trees, not making a single sound. No wind, no birds, only complete silence. He quickly lifted his camera, trying to keep his hands steady, but the cold reflection on the orb's surface made him feel as if something was watching him back. Within just a few seconds, the object glided away and vanished into the deep jungle, leaving no trace behind. That moment gave everyone who saw it chills. Was it simply an unidentified flying object? Or had a visitor from beyond Earth passed by in silence? Also deep in the Amazon, a Brazilian pilot on a routine flight suddenly spotted something that froze him in shock. Right in the middle of the endless green canopy, an oval-shaped, mirror-bright object was lying motionless inside a forest clearing. Its reflection was so strong that it blinded the cockpit, as if someone on the ground was shining a light directly upward. Just a single block of metal, resting quietly in one of the most remote places on Earth. Then, within seconds, the object disappeared, dissolving into thin air as if it had just jumped through time. There was no explosion, no fade out, it simply vanished. When the footage appeared online, thousands of people argued in disbelief. "It's still there, just cloaked," one person wrote. Another replied, "Maybe it activated some kind of stealth technology." But the biggest question still hangs in the sky above the Amazon. What was that object, and where did it go? If you think the previous clips were strange, this moment will make you watch twice. During a regular training flight, an F-35 fighter jet pilot recorded something he later described as not human technology. Outside the cockpit, a glowing, capsule-shaped object, just like a giant tic-tac, appeared, floating at the same altitude and moving slowly beside the jet. The pilot kept the camera steady as the object drifted closer. Everything seemed frozen, until suddenly it shot straight upward at an impossible speed and vanished in the blink of an eye. No radar anomaly, no radio signal, no trace. Only the sound of the pilot's heavy breathing and the empty sky ahead. The footage spread fast, setting social media on fire. Some said it was without doubt alien technology, while others claimed it was part of a classified US military program. But no matter the explanation, everyone agreed on one thing. Nothing built by human hands has ever flown like that before. If you were in that cockpit, would you have dared to look straight at it? The scene was captured on a calm night along the border between Brazil and Uruguay, near the rural area of Santa Vitória do Palmar. A single light appeared in the dark sky, floating quietly without a sound. Then, in an instant, it split into two parts, each flying in a different direction. Both lights moved at the same steady speed, side by side through the clouds, as if guided by something unseen. The person filming said he had only been recording the small town below when he noticed the object dividing above him. The clip quickly spread across South America, with many UFO researchers calling it the energy split phenomenon, a rare moment caught with stunning clarity. Some scientists suggested it could be a plasma effect in the ionosphere, but others believe it was proof of flight technology that does not belong to humankind. And then, in the silence of the dark forest, the impossible happened. A hiker stumbled upon a strange metallic object lying on the ground. As he leaned closer to inspect it, his camera caught movement in the distance. A pale creature with smooth skin and large almond-shaped black eyes stood motionless, staring back at him. In those tense few seconds, the figure slowly stepped backward into the shadows and vanished. No sound, no trace. Only the man's trembling breath and the faint reflection of his flashlight on the cold metal surface remained. But the mystery didn't end there. In White Sands, New Mexico, a glowing, unidentified flying object streaked across the sky before plunging straight down into the desert. A burst of dust filled the air, and debris scattered in all directions. The person filming could only scream in disbelief. The clip lasted just a few seconds, but its impact spread worldwide. Was it a failed weapons test? Or undeniable evidence of a UFO crash in the middle of the White Desert? Next came a video that set Romanian social media on fire. A driver happened to record a strange object appearing in the middle of an empty road. He swore that seconds before he hit record, there was nothing in sight, until the object suddenly appeared, suspended in midair. He panned the camera around to prove it wasn't staged. But the chilling part came later, when he reviewed the footage. The object had already moved before he started filming, as if it knew it was being watched. A brief moment, but enough to make the laws of physics feel meaningless. If you're still watching, get ready. Because what comes next isn't just strange phenomena. It's a warning for all of humanity. And this might be the most hair-raising sight of all. A viral TikTok video showed a massive metallic craft hovering silently above a Walmart parking lot. Soft blue lights glowed along both sides of the object, reflecting off the cars below. Throughout the entire clip, the craft stayed perfectly still. No shaking, no sound, no vibration. No reflections, no signs of editing. The video gained millions of views within hours. Some called it an elaborate hoax, but many others were convinced it wasn't from Earth. But no one could forget the case that shocked the world in 2008. The now famous Turkish UFO video still sparks debate among researchers today. In the night sky, a massive glowing craft moved slowly and smoothly, gliding across the atmosphere. Its outline was so clear that even the outer structure could be seen. When experts analyzed the footage, the results were astonishing. The video was completely authentic, with no signs of digital manipulation. If that's true, then what exactly were we witnessing? A human-made aircraft, or the clearest proof yet that we are not alone in the universe? In Canada, dozens of witnesses looked up and saw a long, silver, cylinder-shaped craft floating silently in the sky. It stayed still for a moment, then glided smoothly as if sliding through the air. People pulled out their phones to record, desperate for an explanation. Some said it might be a test drone, but its perfect stability and soundless motion didn't match anything known. Then, in a blink, it vanished. No explosion, no descent, no trace, just a lingering feeling that something intelligent had left, on purpose. Was it undisclosed human technology, or a visitor returning home? It sounds impossible, but this was filmed in broad daylight over Curitiba, Brazil. In the clear blue sky, a massive disc-shaped object hovered motionless above the city. No sound, no jet stream, no wings or engines. It stayed there for several seconds, almost as if it was watching what lay below, then drifted away slowly and disappeared into the clouds. The video was so clear that viewers insisted. If it was fake, whoever made it must have technology more advanced than Hollywood. But if it was real, then that craft definitely wasn't built on this planet. Then, in just a few split seconds, a mysterious object shot past the window of a commercial plane, so fast the human eye could barely register it. When zoomed in, letters could be seen etched across its side. TRUF. No one knows if it was a code, a random marking, or a message sent from someone or something else. The clip went viral, dividing viewers into two camps. Some claimed it was solid evidence of a UFO, while others dismissed it as coincidence. But the closer people analyzed each frame, the more unsettling it became. The movement of that object didn't match any known aircraft ever documented. In January 2025, social media exploded after reports of a UFO crash in Glasgow, Scotland. A new camera angle surfaced, this time clear enough to show the metallic rim of the object where it struck the ground. In the comments, hashtags like Conspiracy TikTok and Project Bluebeam flooded the feed, with people claiming it was part of a large-scale government cover-up. The crash site has been sealed off for months, with no official explanation. No one is allowed near it. No media coverage, no statement. So what exactly fell from the sky over Scotland that day? A lost satellite? Or something the government isn't ready for the world to see? It was supposed to be a quiet evening. Then the sky suddenly turned silver as a massive V-shaped craft drifted silently above the town. No wings, no propellers, not a single sound. It moved smoothly and precisely, almost as if gravity didn't exist. Witnesses stood frozen, their hearts racing. Some said it must be a top-secret stealth project from the US military. Others insisted, with that size and that symmetry, it couldn't be man-made. If that's true, then we may have just witnessed something humanity isn't ready to face. Next came a haunting piece of footage. A family fishing near the Amazon River accidentally filmed a massive craft lying tilted at the edge of the forest, thin smoke rising from its dark surface. As they walked closer, its true scale became clear. It was several times larger than a bus, silent and black like burnt steel, heavy breathing, rustling leaves. Then the footage cuts out. Hours later, the video vanished from the internet without explanation. No one knows what happened to the family or to the object in that forest. But one thing is certain: we still don't understand the sky above us. And maybe you're watching this video for a reason, because they saw something the world was never meant to see. If there was ever a moment that made the entire internet stop, this was it. The footage ends with a metallic orb hovering quietly in mid-air, slow, steady, and perfectly still. Many believe it's the first real evidence of an extraterrestrial landing ever caught by chance. According to official data, the clip was filmed in Mexico on December 13, 2020, when a strange glowing sphere appeared in the sky before vanishing into the jungle canopy. No one knows where it came from, but right after the sighting, the entire area was sealed off for several days. The next moment turns the story from strange to terrifying. In the dark woods, a tall, thin figure with glowing eyes was caught on camera, standing completely still. Its body looked elongated and metallic under the light. The person filming swore no one else was there. No wind, no movement, just that one being. When they returned the next morning, every trace was gone. No broken branches, no footprints, no remaining heat signature. Paranormal experts suggested it could have been a form of energy life, a being that exists only for a few moments, and the camera may have captured its brief contact with our world. Then came the event in the Dominican Republic. Locals swore they saw a massive metallic object falling from the sky. When they reached the site, smoke was still rising from the half-buried wreck, small flames burning inside. Its surface was rough, covered with warped welds as if it had been assembled by hand. The sight convinced many they had just witnessed a genuine UFO crash. But when officials arrived, they sealed off the area, confiscated every recording device, and gave no explanation. That night, the sky above the crash site glowed faintly for hours. Then, just like the object itself, it disappeared forever. No one expected a quiet town like Snowflake, Arizona, to become the focus of one of the strangest videos online. In the stillness of the pine forest, a bright metallic object hovered motionless in the air, not touching the ground. It floated slowly, while the trees around it stood completely still. The reflection off its steel-like surface made the scene look unreal. Then, suddenly, the footage stopped. No sound, no fade, just a black screen, leaving one question hanging in the dark. Where did it go? And more importantly, what was it to begin with? In Paraná, Brazil, locals discovered perfectly carved circular patterns on ancient rock surfaces. The cuts so smooth that even modern tools could barely replicate them. The circles were evenly spaced, symmetrically aligned, looking exactly like landing marks from a massive metallic craft. When the images went viral, scientists rushed to investigate, but none could explain how such precision could occur naturally. Some independent researchers called it an ancient energy coordinate. Believers in UFO phenomena saw it differently. They claimed it was a landing site used by extraterrestrial visitors. To this day, after countless surveys, no one has offered a clear explanation. The markings remain untouched, as if quietly challenging human curiosity itself. And finally, this is the reason you stayed until the end. Do you see anything strange in this frame? That's not a lake, and it's not a shadow. It's a perfectly round, black object sitting in the middle of the Amazon rainforest, filmed through an airplane window. According to the recently recovered footage, this scene was reportedly recorded in 1987 during a geological survey flight. The crew said that just seconds before filming, they saw a flash of light from the treetops, then a massive object rising upward, emitting circular waves of energy. Moments later, all of the plane's instruments malfunctioned. Fuel gauges dropped to zero, cabin pressure fluctuated, radio contact was lost. The cameraman captured only a few final seconds before the footage turned to static. When a rescue team later returned to the exact coordinates, they found a perfect circular clearing in the forest. The trees around the edge were scorched, but there were no signs of debris, no metal, no wreckage. Nothing. Just a flawless ring on the ground, as if part of the jungle had been cut away by a laser. If this footage was truly filmed in 1987, then the question remains: what was that object? An alien craft? Or some kind of technology we still don't understand? And why, even now, has no vegetation ever grown back in that spot? What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments, because whatever lies hidden in the Amazon jungle may not be from this world. Subscribe for more unbelievable UFO encounters being uncovered across the planet.